Welcome to the weekend's over. This is going to be the bracket special. So, for today, we're all three going to give you our individual brackets. First, before we do this, Taylor, say hello.
Hey,
Max, say hello.
Konnichiwa.
So, I'm going to go ahead just start sharing screen and we'll just get started off. Out of y'all two, who wants to go first?
I'll do it.
Um, you'll do it. All right. So what we're gonna be doing is y'all kind of know how we pick our brackets and everything like that. One second, let me get this worked
I,
out. So
I get unlimited vetoes on my own bracket, right?
yeah, you can veto whatever you want on your own bracket. But
Okay.
they're gonna tell me who they pick. They're gonna explain why, and then yeah, that's just gonna be how it works.
I'm dying.
It's gonna be what everyone thinks is gonna happen. So Taylor told me he's got something cooked up here for us. So I mean, Taylor, tell
Listen,
us what we're doing.
I legit did this one as unbiased and what I really think realistic as possible. So, obviously, I got Auburn winning the first game. I don't really.
Who's winning between Alabama State and
Alabama State. I think, but it should be somewhat a close game. I know that whoever Auburn plays in this will be the worst Kim Pom rating wise team they've played all year. So.
Mhm.
Uh, Alabama State's 273 and St. Francis, PA is 311. So I have Creighton winning this only because I've seen too much of the Auburn Louisville game, like Auburn Louisville. That's gonna whenever they talk about that matchup too much, I just feel like Creighton's gonna win. I would probably, I guess, rather play Louisville. I don't know. Uh, Creighton's a big, what's his name? Cockburner or whatever.
Cockburner.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner. That could be a problem for Broom, or at least
What did he
cancel him.
say?
Yeah. Um, and then I'll take UC San Diego to beat Michigan. And where I was reading that UC San Diego turns over is like top five in the country in turnover, or top five in the tournament in forcing turnovers, and Michigan is the worst team of the Power Four teams in turning the ball over. So UC
There
San
you go.
Diego.
First big upset. Okay.
And then let me make sure. Was I an idiot right here, or did I do it? No, I picked Texas A&M. I know everybody's like the Yale, but 2 years in a row is probably a lot to ask. I think A&M will look at Auburn from last year, and now it is like there is one team, like Yale is one team where like A&M that like necessarily won't out physical them. Super like Yale's pretty physical, so be pretty even, but I think A&M will do enough. Maybe Wade Taylor won't cost him the game. Um, and then I'm riding with UNC, who I think is beating San Diego State and beating Ole Miss to make it to the second round. Iowa State beat Lipscomb, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see much into that matchup. And I know this is a seed upset, but I'm pretty sure New Mexico's favored in this game against Marquette, correct?
I believe so. And also 10-7s recently have been I
Mm,
mean pretty even.
New Mexico.
Okay. In the Michigan State.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to finish this side out or do you want me to go to the left? I mean,
Let's
what do you,
finish. We can just finish the side out. Hey, I will say Bryant in normal years, Bryant's probably the best 15 seed, so it kind of sucks for them that they got probably the toughest two. But shout out Bryant.
I
Um,
want to say the toughest.
who do you? Well, we'll talk about it later. Auburn will beat Creighton. It'll be a close game though. They'll give Auburn everything they can handle. Might even have the lead late. Just going with Auburn to win, especially after Stephen A. roasted us on first take this morning. Um, UC San Diego to upset Texas A&M. So I know a lot of people are probably doing this. I think me and Alex were talking about it before. So I'm not as, it sounds like I'm just riding like the popular opinion, but I feel like they got a good pod, like Michigan and Texas A&M
they
and Yale.
did.
I feel like they got a really good pod. I think they're the best team in that pod,
UC
honestly.
San Diego is really good. Yep.
Yeah. So I think they're underseeded to begin with. So yeah, UC San Diego to the Sweet 16 in Atlanta. Um, who did I do in this just to make sure? I think I'm not stupid. I picked San Diego, North Carolina to beat Iowa State
I
and make
love
the
how
Sweet
we
16.
everyone's like hating on North Carolina being in the tournament, but I also do see that. It's just one of those things that would happen, you know.
I worry about both these Ole Miss and San Diego State and Iowa State's ability to score.
Hmm.
So I just think North Carolina could, if they get hot, they could outshoot everybody. Good game. This 210, but Michigan State is winning. Um, but good showing for New Mexico. I have Auburn beating San Diego State. We'll stop when I get to the Elite Eight. But
UC San Diego, not San Diego State.
UC San Diego. Wow.
Put some respect on their name.
I mean, I'll put them in the Sweet 16. Michigan State, Auburn in the Elite Eight. And then I have Michigan State beating Auburn.
Gotcha. All right. You just want
We
to
can
go
just,
over here
yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine.
to the east.
So Duke, of course. This is a tricky 8-9 game. I see that is Baylor favored in that?
I don't know if it's gonna let me pull it up. I've been trying to do the previews, and yeah, it's not working still.
I picked Mississippi State.
Okay.
But that's a really 50-50. I'm just gonna go Josh Hubbard has a good game. Oregon and Arizona both survive up, like don't get upset in these matchups. BYU beats VCU, but think that might be a good game for a little bit. Wisconsin beats Montana. St. Mary's beats Vandy. I see a lot of people on Vandy. Yeah, Alabama. Yeah, how do you know?
Well, I'm just assuming.
Duke beats Mississippi State. Um, good season, Mississippi State. Oregon beats Arizona. I like Oregon. Um, that low key gonna be fun. I have BYU beating Wisconsin, and I have Alabama beating St. Mary's. Duke, BYU.
Understandable. I can see it too.
They almost like do Alabama more than y'all do Alabama. They shoot more threes than y'all, don't they?
Mm,
BYU. So up and down matchup. Honestly, I'm not too stressed about that pick because I think whoever wins that's losing to Duke anyways. So Duke.
yeah.
But maybe I'm just trying to, not have as many
I
one
will
team matches.
say Oregon versus Duke, sneaky.
No, I'd say that's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Closer than a lot of people probably think. But Duke will survive, and then Duke will beat BYU probably worse than they beat Oregon.
Mm,
I think that's a bad matchup because I think Alabama gets to Duke. It would be closer. I know because they do have, I think, better athletes. But
mm-hmm.
Florida, UConn, but that's a not as like a. I feel like everybody's going to pick UConn.
Yeah,
Like
they
for the
are.
most part, and and a lot of people think Oklahoma's overseeded, but I think Oklahoma's got a couple athletes that can stay with UConn, and UConn's been kind of shaky at times. So UConn will survive, but I wouldn't be shocked. Colorado State, I feel like this is not even an upset, but I see a lot of people picking it because Colorado State, what didn't they start? Didn't they start out like 3-3 and then they've won
Yeah, they
like
got really hot.
yeah. So hold on, I'm sorry about this. What region are we in? There we go.
We're in the West.
Maryland beats Grand Canyon. And then I have Drake beating Missouri. So there's an 11-6. I feel like that's a bad matchup for Missouri, but Drake's probably a little underseeded, if anything.
Hold on, I just want to see something. Okay, you have 2 of the 11s.
Do I have 2 11s?
So far,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Texas Tech beats UNC Wilmington, and Arkansas beats Kansas.
St. John's, right?
St. John's, yeah, sorry.
Omaha's not going to be beating the trash can up at the end of the game.
No. So then I got Florida, and then I'm gonna do Maryland is going to survive Colorado State. I'm gonna have 2 12 seeds making the Sweet 16 in my bracket. Texas Tech beats Drake, and then
You can do it?
yes, Arkansas beats St. John's.
Okay.
So then in my Elite Eight, I'm sorry, my Sweet 16, I have who is it? Texas Tech, Arkansas, Colorado State I mean, Florida, Maryland. Give me
Hmm.
Florida and Texas Tech, both to advance to the Elite Eight, and Florida to make it to the Final Four
Cool.
out of that. So, who do I have left? Houston's bracket.
Yep.
Houston. Um, Gonzaga is going to beat Georgia. That sucks for Georgia, but
Still a good
Gonzaga's,
season for them, honestly.
yeah, I think to get where they were, yep. McNeese beats Clemson.
Well, Wade.
See, this is the part of the bracket I'm going to mess up on, but I'm going to pick. I'm changing this in real time, actually, by the way. Purdue beats High Point.
Okay.
Um, Texas beats Illinois. I have Texas winning.
So you have 3 11 seeds. Okay.
Change. Hold on, hold on, hold
No,
on.
don't let me scare you out of it.
I know, but it's really not. You know what? That's too many. Wow,
It's
Taylor's doing this in real time. Yeah, it's too many.
you never know that.
Give me Illinois. Yeah, just to make. I like to mix it up a little. I'm kind of changing this in real time. Funny enough, Tech Kentucky to beat Troy. Sorry, Troy, and Utah State to beat UCLA. So we
Tennessee.
have, yeah, Tennessee beats Wofford. Houston Gonzaga would be a great game, and I think I've been very tempted. I'm not gonna lie, I did another bracket for fun, and I took Houston out at this point. But my real Houston is going to survive this game. Gonzaga hasn't won a game like this, excuse me, all year, so I'm just not really anticipating them winning it now. Um, McNeese State. So I do have two one. I do have two 112s, but
Cool.
I almost had the opportunity. The 12 seeds are really good this year,
Hmm.
and then give me can how to have this. I'm doing this on the fly. Give me Illinois to
Yep.
beat Kentucky. I don't really like Kentucky making it out of the first weekend, and Tennessee beats Utah State. And then
112, 6-2.
yeah, but then it's going to end up being chalk. 1-2, Houston, Tennessee, and then give me Tennessee to make the Final Four for the first time ever.
Look at them. 2 1-2s.
2-1-2s. So I picked Florida to beat Michigan State, Duke to beat Tennessee, and Florida to win the national championship.
Cool. All right. I'll click it for you, but I'm not gonna submit.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Yeah.
so Florida wins it all, of course.
Yeah, I've almost picked Duke, but I think Florida or Duke is a pretty that'd be a fun game.
Yeah, I agree. Florida Duke. Hopefully that is the
Look,
championship game.
I might have gone too upset heavy in the sense, but because I had two 112 matchups, the likelihood of that probably not. But
I mean, I think people are gonna say like a stupid bracket. Why would you pick that? But in all honesty, no one knows what's gonna happen, and I think you got to have those upsets. And if you want to make the perfect bracket, obviously, if you were just going for points, trying to win one, you might put a little bit less upsets and try to get some, the better seeds going a little bit further, just because that's most likely what's gonna be there. But
well,
if
yeah,
you
and
are
it's and it
making the perfect, then you have to go for some stuff
and
that
I'm
probably
and I'm
won't
not
happen.
betting and I'm not betting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make the perfect bracket. I'm not necessarily going on my basketball knowledge because there's a lot of me that thinks that there's a possibility that Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight is all 1-2 matchups this year. Like it legit. So like the basketball knowledge of me, but like and 4 1 seeds make the Final Four, but that's only happened one time ever. Ironically, it was in 2008, and guess where the Final Four was? San Antonio.
Interesting.
Same place it is this year.
Interesting. Interesting. Hold
Looking
on
just pretty
here.
clear, I
In
think.
this bracket.
Yeah, hers is all like the ones, twos, and all them. Auburn wins it, of course. Um,
Shout out Emma.
yeah, Cam has one.
Cam doesn't know ball.
She don't. She don't. She's not a ball knower.
Nope, not a ball knower.
All right, Max. This is
Ooh.
this is your turn. Your time to shine.
All right. I'm not going through all this explanation bullshit. We're running through this shit quick because this is how it's going to be. Okay.
Okay.
Auburn, Creighton.
And then he took 20 seconds to pick one.
Michigan.
Probably smart.
Yale.
Hey, that would be a cool matchup.
Ole Miss. Lipscomb.
Okay, I see you.
New Mexico. Michigan State. We're staying in this one? All
Yeah,
right.
we'll do the same thing as
Auburn.
Taylor's.
Yale.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I'd take it in a heartbeat.
Ole Miss.
I don't want to play Ole Miss for a fourth
Michigan
time.
State. Auburn. Michigan State. Auburn.
Wow. You got more faith than me.
Over here now.
Duke. Mississippi State. Oregon. Arizona. VCU. Wisconsin. St. Mary's. Alabama. Duke.
That's a good bracket.
Let's see. Give me Oregon.
The bracket of chalk. Oh, the region of chalk. Or the top half, anyways.
DCU.
I don't see where he's going with this.
You know who. Duke. Alabama. Roll Tide.
There you go. Okay. I'll start over here in the west.
Florida. Yukon. Memphis. Maryland. Missouri. Texas Tech. Arkansas. St. John's. Florida. Maryland. Missouri. St. John's. Florida. St. John's. Florida.
You almost said it. I heard it coming out.
Houston. Gonzaga. Clemson. Purdue. Texas. Kentucky. UCLA.
Ooh.
Tennessee. Houston. Clemson. Kentucky. Tennessee.
Ooh, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Round 3.
Houston. Tennessee.
Tennessee finally wins one against Kentucky.
And then Houston.
I thought you'd do Tennessee, Alabama, then Auburn, Alabama.
Which
Three
one am
one.
I going first?
It don't matter. Just
Whichever one
pick.
you want.
I'm going to go Houston over Alabama. Just go ahead and get that out of the way. We made a back-to-back Final Four. That's good, though. Then we'll go. Then we'll go Auburn. Makes the
Auburn makes the
national
championship.
championship. But they lose to Houston. Houston wins the Natty.
Y'all might have
RIP.
to come bail me out of jail in San Antonio.
Houston wins. Man, we got close there, Max. We couldn't. Alabama couldn't hold its part of the deal. We couldn't make it there with them.
Yeah, because
Nah.
it's damn, y'all caused us to lose because we would have won if y'all would have made it.
Alabama's only gonna win it if we play Auburn. That's the only good way.
Gotcha. Let's see. Let's just look at this bracket. I like Yale going that far, getting to play Auburn again.
Auburn
Auburn
yelling
gets
it.
some revenge.
Auburn yelling
Pull
it.
some good matchups in there though. Like the Kentucky, Tennessee, Auburn, Yale.
Yeah.
Here, the one thing about that Auburn Yale matchup is, last year they played it out west and everybody was cheering for Yale. This one being Atlanta, Yale might get booed out of the building.
I will say VCU lining up there for Bama. That'd be nice.
VCU to me was one of the 11 seeds I looked at,
Hmm
but it just I didn't like their six. I thought they got the best six. 11
St.
6
John's,
is,
Arkansas is a fun matchup. Patino and
I think Arkansas can win that.
yeah, I do too. They're kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, see, Houston, Clemson. I thought you might do Clemson there for a second, but all right. Did you see a clear? I didn't see a clear on here to clear the bracket out, Taylor.
I thought you could.
Yeah, it wasn't letting me. I'll just go home again.
And then just don't in for it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, my turn. My turn. So Auburn. Auburn
That's the
does it.
show, folks.
Alabama State, I think, will win as well. I think I just kind of want them to. State of Alabama get a little bit more representation. Sorry. Louisville, I think they're actually going to win. I think they're going to beat Creighton. They did make it all the way to their ACC tournament championship, and I do think they should have been like a 6 or a 7. I think 8's very bad seeding of them. Creighton, they kind of rely on their two players, Cockburn, and then the other guy. But I think Louisville kind of has a better all around team. I think they'll make it. Michigan, UC San Diego. I love UC San Diego, but it's one of those things where I hear so many people picking it that it makes me not want to pick it because like that's not going to happen. So I'm gonna go Michigan. They are Big Ten champs as well, so I think they'll be
Tournament
able to do
champs.
it. Texas A&M, Yale. I'm gonna go with Yale actually as well. I think Yale kind of plays similar to them. They want them to shoot threes. Texas A&M is not a good 3-point shooting team. Yale's got the big guy down there as well. I know Texas A&M can be physical, but I think Yale keeps it close the entire game, and then A&M's just not able to get some enough points. I think Yale's be able to finish them off. So I'm gonna go with Yale. Oh man, San Diego State of UNC. Uh, this is a close one. I'm gonna go Ole Miss though. Uh,
It's probably safer to do that because you
yeah,
just, yeah.
I'm gonna go Ole Miss. They almost beat Auburn. They have some good wins. They beat Tennessee this year. They beat us, Alabama this year. Um, Iowa State, Lipscomb. Iowa State is missing their leading scorer now, but I think they'll get past Lipscomb. Uh, Marquette and New Mexico. New Mexico has a good offense and a really good defense as well. And then Marquette struggled in the Big East. And the Big East is a little bit tough this year, but I'm gonna go New Mexico. Michigan State, Bryant, Michigan State. And then Auburn's going to get past Louisville. It's going to be close though in Lexington. They're not going to like that game, but they're going to squeak it out. And then Michigan is going to beat Yale.
Trey
Oh,
Donaldson versus Auburn.
yep. Ole Miss is going to beat Iowa State just because Iowa State's so injured. So Ole Miss is going on a run here, and the Michigan State's going to win against New Mexico, just a better team. Auburn, Michigan. That'll be an interesting game, but Auburn defensively, I think they'll be all over Michigan. They're going to turn it over too much, and Auburn's going to win.
And Michigan
And
might not score enough.
yeah,
Like Michigan doesn't score enough on it. Auburn might try to run.
mm-hmm. And then I hate how we all have Auburn, Michigan State, but I just think that's how it's going to go here. I don't really like this bottom half of the bracket over here.
Ole Miss could beat Michigan State.
They could, but I don't think they will. I'm going to go Michigan State, Auburn. I'm going to go Michigan State here as well. I think Auburn. I mean, what is this right here? Elite Eight.
Yeah.
That's a good season. Obviously, you want to win it all, but Michigan State's going to beat them right here. We're going to have Duke. We're going to have Baylor beating Mississippi State. I don't trust Mississippi State a lot. Alabama I think I saw them get killed too much by Alabama that I just don't trust them. Oregon's going to get win against Liberty, but it's going to be a lot closer than people think it is. And then Arizona's going to be Akron. I'm going to take BYU here. And I'm actually going to take a 14/3 here. Wisconsin, I don't know if I trust them. I know Montana hasn't beaten that many good teams, but Money Williams is going to save the day. He's going to be the March Madness person that gets famous this year. I'm going to take Montana over Wisconsin over here. And I'm also going to take Vandy over St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's is going to be a problem with how big they are for them. But I kind of look at Vandy as Diet Alabama because they want to shoot a lot of points and they want to get just a lot of shots up. And I think St. Mary's plays so slow that Vandy will just be in the game long enough and they'll be able to go on a small run where it's going to be hard for St. Mary's to come back because of such a slow pace that they play at. Alabama's going to beat Robert Morris. We'll just keep going from right here. Bama's going to beat Vandy. Vandy's died Alabama. BYU is going to beat Montana. So we got the Alabama BYU matchup down here as well. Oregon and Arizona. It's hard to trust Arizona in March, and Oregon's actually been a pretty reliable team when it's been in March Madness recently. But I'm going to go with Arizona. They played good in their tournament. Duke's going to beat Baylor. Duke's going to beat Arizona. Man, Alabama's going to lose to BYU. It's
Wow,
going to
you picked that
happen.
one too.
It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to hurt my feelings really badly. But it's okay. Duke's going to beat BYU. Now we're going to go down over here to the west, Florida. Everybody's picking UConn. Oklahoma played really good to have a great freshman point guard. I'm going to go Oklahoma here. I think they could do it. UConn obviously kind of picked it up at the end of the season, but it'd be so funny if Hurley lost the first round to Oklahoma. So I hope that happens. Memphis, Colorado State. Memphis, I can't remember the kid's name right now, but he scored 40 points in their tournament. They have been playing a lot of close games recently, but
Dan Deja or whatever.
I
Is
don't
that
know. It
Deja
might
or
be.
whatever? Yeah, it's Deja. I don't know his first name.
But yeah, Memphis is gonna win just based off him. Maryland Grand Canyon. I'm gonna go Maryland right here. I like their team a lot, but Grand Canyons will be a dangerous team. Give me Drake. Missouri's kind of fell off at the end of the year. Give me Texas Tech. Kansas, Arkansas. Man, I really do want to pick Arkansas, but something about just I know Kansas has so much talent on their team, and they do have Bill Self. And it'll be, I mean, that's an awesome coaching matchup right here. But I'm going to go Kansas. I know Arkansas is getting their player back too, but I think they just haven't been consistent. Neither has Kansas, but I like their overall talent more than Arkansas's. St. John, get back over here. Florida, Oklahoma. Who's one of the teams that's beaten Florida this year? I'm pretty sure Oklahoma beat them, did they?
No,
Oklahoma didn't beat them. Missouri
Missouri,
did.
Oh, it was Missouri. Yeah.
Missouri.
Gotcha.
I was
Florida.
like,
Just hit though.
Georgia beat him too.
Yeah, Georgia beat them.
And then
They've
give me
Tennessee
Memphis
and
over Maryland.
Kentucky.
Actually, Maryland is a really good group of players, but they do have a lot of freshmen. Kind of a younger team. A lot of them do score, but I like Memphis going a little bit of run here. I wish I could remember that guy's name right now. Drake beats Texas Tech. So here's your 11th seed, Drake Bulldogs. There's a stat I saw about teams with 30 wins, and I'm pretty sure Drake has 30 wins. They might be close to it, but I like their group. They kind of play at a slower pace and very trustworthy on offense. And then also, I'm going to put Kansas over St. John's. St. John's has a great defense, but I'm going to say Kansas, despite the bad season, they actually go on a run in March, which is that'd be an interesting thing to see. Florida, Memphis time's over. Sorry, guys. And then I'm going to have Drake. I'm going to have Drake beat Kansas. So there's your Cinderella. Drake finally does it. I know last podcast I said people always pick the Drake one and it never happens. Well, this time it's going to happen. But it's going to end. Florida's going to win. Houston, give me Gonzaga, beat Georgia. Georgia, I don't know the last time they made the tournament. So, I mean, this is probably just a good year for them making the tournament. I do like Will Wade beating Clemson. Clemson can kind of be unreliable on offense. They do have a great defense, but I'm just going to go with Clemson here. Purdue and High Point. Purdue probably has the best point guard in the country. High Point
You
could
said
score a
you're
lot
gonna
of
go to
points.
Clemson?
Nah, sorry, McNeese to beat
Oh.
Clemson. High Point can score a lot of points. Here's your High Point and McNeese matchup. 12-13, kind of guarantee one of the high seeds make it. Illinois and Texas Xavier. Both these teams are really bad on defense. Illinois got a good offense. Kentucky Troy, good offense. Troy. Look, their stats are actually
Who's gonna
statistically.
pick Troy?
I'll do in one of my brackets, but not in this one. Um, this
Yeah.
one's offense versus defense. UCLA and Utah State. Both of them kind of had a bad end of the season, but I'll go Utah State. They've actually been a little bit more consistent than UCLA this season. Tennessee beats Wofford. Gonzaga knocks off Houston. The
I
Zags do
mean,
it.
I figured that's gonna be a popular 1-8
Yeah.
upset. That in Auburn
Houston,
Louisville.
I mean, they've been playing really well, but typically there's always that one seed that gets knocked out kind of early. And I could see them, if there was going to be a one seed to do it, it's them or Auburn. I think Auburn's matchup is just a lot better than Houston's. Gonzaga's a horrible team to get in the next round.
Gonzaga's probably like historically. I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be that low seed, but probably the most underseeded team statistically of all time.
Yeah.
Metrics wise, I mean,
Mhm.
like they're a top 10 metric team.
Will Wade beats High Point. Illinois beats Kentucky.
Who the fuck? Oh, you just got Tennessee coming out of
And
this.
then Tennessee, Illinois. Gonzaga beats McNeese. Man, I know this year I was a Tennessee hater, and then I was like, you know what, Tennessee's good actually.
They've
So I'm gonna
started
go,
it. They've started to play better. They've
yeah.
started to score better.
Tennessee,
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. Give me Gonzaga. I
Okay.
think Gonzaga's that team that they go on a little run. This is their. I mean, I know they're a good like usually a good basketball team, but this year is not expected to be that good, and they come here and do the Final Four. Um, man, give me Michigan State.
Okay.
Florida has been really good, but I worry that they're playing too good for too long, and sometimes it falls off just because it's been like they eventually have to lose.
Like
I do
Auburn
think,
did, like Auburn did, and they lost 3 out of 4 or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it catches up with them. I and also I just don't want to do another Florida Duke matchup. I'm sorry. Duke's gonna win, and Duke is gonna be my championship. I think they beat Michigan State.
I was about to say, I think Florida's won 6 or 7 in a row, meaning they would have to win 13 in a row to win the Natty.
hmm But
You pick
yeah,
Duke.
I mean, you kind of look at my bracket. I really like Michigan, Auburn. I like this setup over here. Obviously, my most questionable one, I think, for me is
The Midwest bracket is,
over here is pretty crazy.
yeah,
So, Gonzaga beating Houston, McNeese, High Point, all that stuff.
low key. It's a team that like Clemson might could make it out of that bracket or make
Yeah,
it to the
Clemson's got to
like
be a popular one. Even Purdue. I mean, anyone
Clemson.
over here.
I almost had Clemson, Tennessee in my one of my like I've in my bracket, but then I decided to do Houston and then
I mean, even so for me, Kentucky's a sleeper. I mean, I know they're just a 3 seed, but I mean,
I just don't
these are
think
good matchups for them, and they
they're
always they beat in Tennessee a lot.
if they're at full strength,
Yeah.
they're just not going to be. So I
hmm
don't know.
This is a little wonky over here. I know Kansas making it Sweet 16 is kind of crazy, but I mean, you never know how these things go. Um,
I
I
do
don't
agree with
like.
you. I do agree with you about the 1-8s, like Auburn and Houston, which is ironic because Auburn's the overall number one on
mhm,
seed. I don't know why that's, but like they probably got the toughest eight
eight
nine
nines. hmm
combinations to the upset. But I mean Houston. I don't know really like Houston just plays really good defense. So in general, I do know. Like, you go back to Auburn, Louisville. Um, Louisville likes to shoot three. I don't know how
hmm
they do. I don't know how good they shoot the two. And Auburn's specialty is defend the three. Their weakness is defending the two.
hmm
So
One thing
just a
that's always the bracket buster for most one is that 8-9 game. So obviously this UConn Oklahoma picking Oklahoma, not UConn. There's a reason everybody's picking UConn is because they're really good, and
mhm.
Oklahoma's not the best team. And I hate. There's always the one that's like, oh, now 90% of brackets are over after this eight
Yeah.
nine game. So
I feel
I
you.
don't
I feel
know,
you.
but
Yeah. Like you said, like when I did mine, you're not picking games based off necessarily your knowledge, like what you would do if you're betting or if this was
mhm.
individual pick'ems and you got all the matchups, but like you're doing it to try to get a perfect bracket.
Exactly, and I mean
Like
that's
it.
how it goes.
So
But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be kind of are just picking all of our brackets and everything. Tomorrow we'll have another video uploaded just going through like the actual matchups for the SEC games. And we'll do some pick'ems and also kind of list out some upsets that we actually think would be ones to bet on if you were going to.
We're gonna do an SEC pick'em and then highlight some of the highlight a couple other individual games we like and some upsets. But
That
so
could be
it'll
like
be
most entertaining and everything like that.
That's what tomorrow is, and that'll be our last video of the first week.
And
so
then
we got
we'll
one more.
bring y'all the update. I guess
Monday.
following Monday. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But yep, this has been the podcast for us. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We hope y'all enjoyed, and yeah, see y'all later.